I don't know if you're aware of this as well, but on Twitter at least, you kind of consider like a sort of a fashion icon.
I'm glad that people kind of take notice to it. So yeah, I guess I'm on tennis fashion Twitter. I don't know.
The world watched with bated breath as the tennis prodigy Coco Gauff effortlessly dominated the court. But apparently, winning Grand Slams and influencing millions with her sheer athletic power was just a warm-up act. Now, we must all clutch our pearls because she's officially a style icon. Yes, at the 2025 Footwear News Achievement Awards, FNAAs, often called the Shoe Oscars, a phrase that probably makes actual Oscar winners weep, Gauff accepted the Style Influencer of the Year award. I know, it's a lot to process. The haters are already scrambling for their smelling salts, utterly crushed that she dared to have an identity outside of hitting a fuzzy yellow ball. This isn't just huge, it's a monumental disruption to the established order of staying in your lane. Did you, for one agonizing moment, truly believe a two-time Grand Slam winner could only be good at tennis? Let me know your frankly ridiculous thoughts in the comments.
Get you somebody who cares for you like New Balance does Coco Gauff, because they've been giving her the extra special star treatment she deserves. We saw Coco's round 1 Roland Garros fit, this light gray two-piece ensemble, but New Balance gave her another fit for Roland Garros, this darker gray dress with a cutout in the back. This is the 5th outfit Coco's wore this clay season alone. Some players only wear one outfit for like 4 or 5 months straight. She started in Stuttgart wearing this. She wore this for Madrid. She had a whole Miu Miu collab fit just for Rome. And now she has not one, but 2 new fits for Roland Garros. Coco's had day and night fits at the US Open the past few years, which Nike pioneered for a while. But Coco started her own new wave, having day and night fits at the Australian Open too. And now she's bringing day and night fits at Roland Garros, where the women don't even play in the night session like that. New Balance is on another level.
So, here we are. The pinnacle of sporting achievement has apparently been eclipsed by the ability to wear nice shoes. Coco Gauff, a name synonymous with relentless performance and absolute domination on the tennis court, has now received the official, stamped, and approved title of Style Influencer of the Year at the 2025 FNAAs. The horror, the scandal, someone call the fashion police. Oh wait, they're the ones giving her the trophy. It's enough to make a dedicated keyboard warrior spontaneously combust with pure, unadulterated online rage. The event, held at the supremely fancy Cipriani 25 Broadway in New York, was, as you'd expect, a glittering assembly of people who care intensely about what is currently on their feet. And in the middle of all this sartorial splendor was Gauff, accepting an award that says, quite clearly, you are not just an athlete, and that bothers some people immensely. Now, let's talk about the presenter, Storm Reed, a previous recipient of this very prestigious honor. She was there to wax poetic about her friend, Gauff. And the connection? Oh, the sheer, utter predictability of it all. They're both part of the New Balance family. Yes, a shoe brand is the bedrock of this beautiful, influential friendship. Isn't that just thrilling? Reed, in her dazzling presentation, described Gauff as not only having powerful performances on the court, which is an obligatory nod to her actual job, but also possessing fearless style. She heaped on the compliments. Coco is chic, she is elegant, and she takes risks, all while remaining fully herself. It's almost too much perfection to bear, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm wearing a custom Prada look. The dress, this part of the dress is supposed to mimic like a sports bra, I believe. Yeah, the nails, honestly, are Marseille Martin press-on nails. Oh wait, yeah. Watches, Rolex, everything else is Prada head to toe.
The audacity of Gauff daring to be chic and fearless while simultaneously remaining fully herself is, frankly, something we all need to deeply scrutinize. The fact that she can be a world-class athlete and also select an outfit that doesn't offend the eyes of professional critics, it simply shouldn't be allowed. Where is the dedication to being one-dimensional? Where is the commitment to confirming to the narrative that female athletes must be bland, interchangeable figures focused solely on physical exertion? She's ruining the whole stereotype, Reed continued, confirming our worst suspicions, stating they bonded over their passions for our respective crafts, meaning Gauff's craft of hitting a ball very hard and Reed's craft of, well, whatever acting involves these days. But the point, the truly important takeaway, is that Gauff is influencing a generation not just with her game, but with her impeccable style. And this is where the knives come out. Because you see, style is subjective. Tennis prowess is not. The scoreboard doesn't lie. But suddenly, Gauff is being praised for her choices. Her deliberate, unathletic choices about fabric and silhouette. It's a direct threat to the haters who thrive on the idea that success must be singularly focused and aesthetically uninspired. Reed made sure to twist the knife further by mentioning Gauff's community work. To Coco, paying it forward to community is always in style. And she consistently uses her influence for good. Goodness gracious. A powerful, stylish, successful athlete who is also philanthropic? It's like she's collecting desirable traits just to make everyone else feel inadequate. Can she not just win a tournament and then go home quietly? The multi-hyphenate existence is clearly deeply offensive to the less ambitious among us. Now, let's pivot to the main event, Gauff's acceptance speech. This is where she really threw down the gauntlet. She confessed the unforgivable truth. Her identity extends beyond the world of tennis. The gasp you just heard was every single person who insists on defining celebrities by their most immediate, marketable skill. She quoted the wisdom, or perhaps the veiled demands, she's received. Being a female athlete often means being told to stay in our lane, to focus on the sport and nothing else. See? We knew it. There is an invisible, unspoken rulebook, and Gauff is tearing it up and using the pieces to line a very fashionable handbag. But she's grown in the sport and realized that while tennis is her passion, it is not her entire identity. She practically spat in the face of the purists. And the reason for her transgression? Fashion has become a way for her to express who she is beyond the court. Oh, the simple, relatable tragedy of wanting to express your individuality through clothing. Who would have thought? She stated that, through what I wear, I get to show a side of myself that isn't defined by a box, a rule, or an expectation. The nerve. Expectation is the fuel of internet criticism, and she's claiming freedom from it. This is anarchy. But she didn't stop there. She declared with what I can only assume was a sly style icon smirk, that she loves fashion because it gives you full permission to be creative and unapologetically yourself. Unapologetically yourself. This is the phrase that will send the bitterest critics into a frenzy. It's a declaration of independence from their restrictive definitions of what a proper athlete should be. They want humble, silent, and aesthetically boring. She gave them bold, vocal, and award-winning style. She concluded her speech with a perfectly polite, yet utterly defiant, call to action, not for an online campaign, but for authenticity. She thanked Footwear News for the honor and expressed a hope that female athletes everywhere continue to embrace their authentic selves, no matter how others try to categorize them. It was a rallying cry for all the women who are tired of being told they can only be one thing. Tennis players, take note. You are now allowed to also like nice things. The gatekeepers of one-track athletic minds must be absolutely livid. And if that wasn't enough to secure her status as the most irritatingly successful person in the room, Gauff was then called back on stage to present an award. The Collaboration of the Year award went to, get ready for this mind-blowing revelation, New Balance and Miu Miu. The same New Balance she is a part of. The same New Balance that was the backdrop to her friendship with Storm Reed. It's almost as if her style influence is so potent, it spills over into corporate endorsements and high-end fashion pairings. Coincidentally, she had also worked with both brands on a tennis-inspired collection that dropped earlier in September. It's all just one big, infuriatingly successful circle of influence. She's winning awards for her style, then presenting an award for a collaboration she was directly involved in. It's all just a bit too convenient for those who believe in meritocracy being a silent, unrewarded struggle. So, let's reflect on the sheer injustice of Gauff's burgeoning style career. She's already conquered the tennis world, a field that requires years of brutal training, focus, and mental fortitude. She's a two-time Grand Slam winner. That's already a lifetime of achievement for most people. But no, she couldn't stop there. She had to venture into the treacherous, yet glamorous world of fashion influence. This move from athlete to icon is a strategic maneuver that guarantees maximum irritation for those who like their sports figures predictable. They expected her to quietly go home and practice serves. Instead, she's walking red carpets, giving eloquent speeches about self-expression, and receiving literal trophies for being well-dressed. This isn't just winning. It's a profound, personal victory over every anonymous critic who told her to keep her head down. It's worth noting the caliber of the event she was attending. The FNAAs, for 39 years, have been celebrating the style stars, best brand stories, ardent philanthropists, emerging talents, and industry veterans. It is, by definition, a place where people who are great at their jobs and look good doing it are celebrated. Gauff now sits amongst them, proving that the athleticism that put her on the map is just one facet of her overall marketability and persona. The fact that she can rub shoulders with people like Pharrell Williams and Tommy Hilfiger at this event just adds insult to injury for her detractors. She's not just a sports figure, she's part of the global cultural elite now. The sheer, overwhelming pressure of being a top-tier athlete is enough to crush most people. But Gauff, apparently, has surplus energy to cultivate a chic, elegant persona that takes risks. This suggests an alarming level of competency that extends far beyond the baseline. She's managing a professional tennis career, a global endorsement portfolio, and a public image that is now award-winningly stylish. The workload is staggering, and yet she makes it look easy. And that is the biggest affront of all to the haters. They want to see her struggle, to see her fail outside of her comfort zone. Instead, she's collecting hardware in a completely different industry. And what about her relationship with New Balance? It's a beautifully crafted synergy that proves modern branding is all about the holistic personality. New Balance didn't just sign a tennis player, they signed a style icon in the making. They saw the potential for the full identity, the one Gauff spoke about so passionately. The Fashion Award is essentially a validation of New Balance's marketing genius too. They bet on the person, not just the serve. This, of course, is a terrifying realization for those who prefer their endorsement deals to be transactional and soulless. Gauff's success in this space proves that authenticity, or at least a powerful illusion of it, is the most profitable commodity. Consider the general reaction from the fashion press. Footwear News, the very organization bestowing this magnificent award, has no choice but to celebrate her. They see the clicks, the influence, and the undeniable star power. They are crowning her because she is genuinely influencing what people wear. Not just on the court, but off it. When she walks onto that red carpet, she is setting trends, she is moving product, and she is making people pay attention to her for reasons entirely separate from her backhand. And this circles back to the most delicious part of the entire saga: the envy. The instant envy of the haters. They can nitpick her outfit, they can criticize the award show, they can even pretend not to know what the FNAAs are, but they cannot deny the fundamental fact. Coco Gauff is successfully broadening her brand and her appeal beyond the confines of her profession. She is proving that staying in your lane is advice for people who are scared of their own potential. This entire situation is a masterclass in modern celebrity. It's not about being the best at one thing anymore. It's about being effortlessly great at many, and then having the good sense to stand on a stage and declare that your multifaceted identity is your strength. She's essentially sending a message to every young athlete. Don't just practice your sport. Cultivate a personality. Develop a taste for risk-taking in your wardrobe. Find a good brand partner. And for heaven's sake, give back to the community, because apparently that's in style too. So, while the purists are lamenting the decline of single-minded athletic focus, Coco Gauff is out here collecting trophies for being a whole, well-rounded, and ridiculously successful person. She has skillfully navigated the media landscape to be seen as more than the sum of her tennis statistics. She is a cultural force, and the Style Influencer of the Year award is simply the official receipt confirming that. It's truly a shame for anyone who was hoping she'd fade into the background. She's not just winning, she's shining. And her light is unfortunately causing some severe glare for those who prefer the darkness of anonymity and cynical commentary. She dared to be stylish, and now the world is confirming she was right to do so. The sheer, overwhelming injustice of such success. Well, there you have it. The final, undeniable proof that Coco Gauff is not just a tennis phenomenon, but a certified style superstar. The sound you hear is the collective sigh of disappointment from those who prefer their heroes to be conveniently limited. She has successfully managed to win on the court and the carpet, proving that female athletes have every right to be as complex and chic as they please. It must be so frustrating for the critics to watch her just keep winning on her terms. If you are just as utterly annoyed and simultaneously impressed by Gauff's relentless success, you know what to do. Slam that like button with the force of a Grand Slam winning serve and subscribe so you never miss another infuriating update about someone daring to be excellent at more than one thing.